Well, hello there, everyone. It's Kevin, and I'm going to show you how to put together 6 beautiful tags from the parts in your kit using the Tag Buffet stamp set and all these lovely die cuts that are included. Now, you'll have to excuse I already punched out my die cut shapes. You're going to find them in several sheets all put together in your package. You're going to find presents, you're going to find a cardinal, some greenery, a stocking, an ornament, and a couple of trees. We're only going to need one of the trees for this exercise. You're going to find a sheet that has a whole bunch of different punched out tags, and you're going to want to punch those all out and have them handy. And then inside your stamp case with your stamps, you're going to find all of the tag bits. You should have 2 each of the different foil laser cut ones. So there's one with stars that has little star cutouts. Sorry, yeah, that's one. There are 2 of those. You're going to find 2 oval shaped ones, and you're going to find 2 oval rectangles, we'll call them. Then you're going to find 1 of each of 6 different designer series paper tags. Okay. For right now, to start, after you've got all those things punched out, so if you want to pause the video and go ahead and punch those all out, that would be great. Get your tags ready, and we're going to do our stamping first. So I'm just going to lay these out in similar tags. There are 3 different ones in the kit of parts. So I'm just going to put the similar ones together. And we're going to do, pardon me, a bit of a frog in my throat today. We're going to do these long ones with the double flag on the end, and they get the Merry Christmas sentiment on them. So I'll get the stamp set out here. And you really only need a D-size block to do all of the stamping, but if you like smaller blocks or larger blocks, you use what works best for you. But these will fit on a D block if you do them corner to corner. And I honestly like to hold my block more naturally in my hand this way than this way, and I find I stamp straighter that way. Okay, and we're going to stamp in shaded spruce or any dark Christmassy green that you have. Call me clover, garden green, and that's just going to go right in the center of those 2 large sentiment tags. My stamp looks like it's going to stamp a bit odd because it's the first time it's been used. Sometimes the first time you use a stamp, it can be a little bit muddy. It just doesn't look like it's picking up the ink quite right. Yep. So all you have to do is get out your chamois scrub or a wipe or whatever you have and just give it a little polish. Sometimes there's a little bit of an oil on the stamps when they first come out of the package. And you can tell when you go put your ink on, if you see all kinds of little bubbles there, that looks 100% better. All right. So we're just going to stamp Merry Christmas right there. Love the fonts, the lettering styles in this stamp set. They are beautiful. Okay, so we got 2 that say Merry Christmas. Clean that off. We'll put him back on the sheet so we know where he is for the next project. And then we're going to pull out 'Tis the Season. 'Tis the Season. Bottom, the one with the great big S. Okay. And that one's going to go on the 2 little flagged ones. And we're also going to do that in your dark green. Oh, that one's got bubbles all over it too. Okay, I should have known. I should have just cleaned it to start with. Okay. Much better. 'Tis the season to be jolly. We need some Christmas music going. Might have to edit some in. in the background. There we go. Okay. So we'll put that one away. And we're going to grab our third sentiment. I have to consult my instructions here. With love for you. Well, that would be the other one that would fit in a tag. The other sentiment that's in this stamp set is a great big one to put on the inside of cards or on the back of your tags if you wanted to. And I'm just going to clean that ahead of time. I'm going to switch to my Real Red ink. Real Red, Cherry Cobbler. Well, if you had to, Lovely Lipstick or Melon Mambo or something like that. If you didn't have a Real Red. Cherry Cobbler. There we go. And that one's just exactly going to fit these two little tags. Like this. Okay. Now, I should say, if tags aren't your thing, and this will be in another video that we have, you can take all of these supplies and turn them into cards. So there's two ways to do that. You can either just take them and use them in any way you want, cut up the pieces of DSP, cut the taggy ends off of the little laser cut pieces, punch them out, do whatever you want, make the cards any way you want to. But I'm going to show you how you can turn these 6 complete tags into cards in another video with the help of my friend Christine. She's already done that, and so she has a lovely video to show you how to take these and turn them into cards. So we'll organize our die cuts now. And I just want to have my 2 piles of things. They kind of coordinate with each other a little bit, but you can use whichever one you want. But if you pull out the one with the holly and one of the star tag pieces, okay, those go together with the stocking and the 'tis the season sentiment, okay? And I'll just show you how we layer that all together. You have the option, if you want, of gluing these down so that they stay kind of catty corner to each other, or leaving them loose. There's a hole in the top of each one of these. You might have to remove the little bit, and you're going to tie some twine to it, and that just kind of lets them flop around. It's your choice. I'm going to leave them so that they flop around. So really, the only thing we have to do is put dimensionals on the back of all these pieces and bump them up. So I'm just going to put 4 dimensionals on the back of my stocking. I'm just going to work with this piece for a moment. I'm going to get quite a pile of these, so let me see if I can keep them out of the way here. Don't want them getting into everything. So Mr. Stocking just kind of goes on corner to corner like that, okay? And then I'm going to take the 'tis the season and a little bit of liquid glue, and I'm going to cover most of the end of it, just not the flaggy end, because the flaggy end is going to overhang a little bit here, and I'm just going to glue them down like that. Doesn't have to be straight, can go on whatever angle you want, but I'm just sort of lining it up straight with the bottom of the star piece, okay? And then I'm going to use my grid paper here. You have a little, in your package, there's a plastic bag that has a piece of paper with some ribbon and some twine wound around it, and you have 6 feet of twine. So you have enough for a foot per tag. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we cut off a foot of the twine. We fold it in half. Stack up our tag bits. Poke it through from the front to the back. and then open up our loop and pull our ends down through the middle of the loop like that. You can see how I did that. I just brought it up through the middle, and then I'm just going to pull it tight, and there my tag is done. And it does kind of flop around. It's kind of nice. I like it. It just sort of naturally sits one way where however you do it, with a little bit of the background showing. So that's number 1 done. Okay. Let's do the Christmas presents. So find the green spotted background. Poke your little holes out. We're going to want the other starry background for this one. We're going to want the Christmas presents. So let's put some dimensionals on the back of the Christmas presents. This. Okay. Boy, these things are sticking all over me today. Oh, okay. And bring this in just to give a bit of contrast so you can see when I'm sticking these things down to white. So it just goes right in the middle. Just make sure you don't cover up your hole where you want to thread your twine through. And then we're going to use one of the wide Merry Christmas ones on this and just kind of put it catty corner. So I'm going to put my glue mostly in the middle. I'm going to leave the ends not glued because they overhang. And I'm just going to go like that. There we go. And all the gold foil accents that are on these images are just gorgeous. I mean, they really make the camera's doing this no good. You're seeing it in front of you here. They are just gorgeous. Okay, then another piece of twine. I might not do this for all 6 because you get the idea of how to do this twine. So through the hole from the front, and then thread your ends through, grab them and pull. There we go. That one's done. Okay. So let's move on to, there's one that has sort of pine boughs on it, and we're going to want the big ornament, and we're going to want one of the gold ovals. Okay, so some dimensionals on the back of our ornament. These are really fun. Everything is all, prepared and coordinated in this, and you're just layering and sticking. I hope you're having fun putting these together. And if you're doing them a little bit different, I would love to see photos of what your choice and selection in. Yeah, they want it stuck upright. You know what? I'm going to put mine sideways. I've always got to do something sideways, a little crooked. So that's what I'm going to do. And then the other Merry Christmas goes on here, and that goes across the ornament this way according to the instructions. Yeah, it probably looks best that way too. Sometimes you can't get away with being a rebel. I don't know, let me see. Nope, definitely has to go across the ornament like this so that we can see the gold on the ornament. Okay, so that's how that one would layer, and again, the twine. So I'm just going to leave that one. We're not going to cut any more twine. We're going to move on. Then we've got our other green base and our other oval, and we're going to do the cardinal. And put some dimensionals on Mr. Cardinal. I'm not quite going to go to the end of his tail because I think the end of his tail is going to hang over a little. He only needs 3. Okay. Mr. Cardinal kind of goes like, well, wherever. Yeah, I'm going to put him right here. I'm not going to fuss with it too much. And then I need one of my 'Tis the Seasons. I lost one of my sentiments here. 'Tis the season. Now this one, I'm going to have to put glue here and the dimensional here, because he's going to partly be on the cardinal and partly on the side of the tag. So like that. There. Okay. So he goes on there like that. Aren't they pretty? They really are pretty tags. Okay, that leaves us with the two red ones. So we'll do the striped one. One of these, and it gets this sort of bushel of different greenery, holly, whatnot, and that just kind of goes caddy corner across the tag. So we'll put dimensional in each corner like that. There we go. Okay, so that one will go with that. And then we have our sentiment. And again, this one kind of hangs off the bottom corner. So you just have to measure before you glue and determine where you want a dimensional to go and where you're going to glue. Really, the dimensional is going to hold it in place, but I will put a little glue on because I don't want it to wobble. There we go. Okay, that's that one. And the last one is the Christmas tree. Just put four on the Christmas tree. He goes right in the middle of the oval. Again, just make sure you don't cover up the hole at the top. Like that. And then most of this tag gets glue, except for the right-hand edge is just going to hang off a little bit. And you just kind of position it there. And that will go with the red. I really love this one. That's one of my favorites out of the pack. Okay, so that finishes off the 6 tags. So you have all these beautiful tags. Cut up your twine and thread through the tops of them. There you go. And you'll have 6 beautiful tag projects. So in the next video, Tags to Cards, Christine is going to show you how, if you want to affix these to card fronts, you can. So it would, I'll leave her to give you all the instructions on it, but you won't be using the twine, and you will probably be gluing these layers together so that they don't wobble on the front of your card. But it'll be very easy to convert these into cards if you like. Okay, thanks for joining me for this video. I hope you're enjoying this craft day in a box.